Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is I Don't Want No Huns. Over the past couple of weeks, you may or may not be aware that there has been some parent drama going on. And on my channel, what I love to do, what I build my channel around is education and calling out negative behavior. There have been a number of creators who claim that they are calling out negative behavior of another creator, that creator being me. There are a bunch of creators who decided that they wanted to call out my negative behavior and hold me accountable for things that they claim I did. So I figured, let's do a reaction video. Let's answer the questions. Let's see what they have to say, and let me give you my side of the story of whatever story it is. But let me tell you how this all started as far as I know. There's little stories here and there that I've written down to kind of try to process my thoughts on this complete and utter takedown from people that I thought were my friends. And I'm not going to name those stories here because that's pointless. Because they were between me and other people privately, and it was never anything that ever was made public. But on Friday, May 6th, I noticed that I was blocked by a very large creator. And I was very curious as to why. So I went onto my private account, found her profile, and started watching her stories, and immediately realized that she was ranting about me. Because I know myself, I talk often about how I impulse react all the time. I talk about it all the time. I did not want to hear what she had to say. I didn't want to know what she was claiming that I had done wrong. I just didn't want to react to it. So I deactivated my account so that I wouldn't be even tempted to look. Deleted Instagram from my phone, and I went out with friends. I just did not want to be anywhere near it. The next day, though, I had spent way too much time, or maybe it was at night, I had spent way too much time preparing for Comment Palooza. Way too much time for me to let anybody silence me for any reason. So I reactivated. And from what I have been told and what I think we'll hear here, is a lot of speculation on why I did those things. And that's why I did those things. I deactivated so that I would not respond impulsively. I reactivated because I had a show to put on that I worked very hard for. And I wasn't going to let anybody stop me from doing it. So here we go. Let's watch this.
The anti-MLM sphere here has been talking mad shit about me behind my back. I'm done, baby. I'll leave it at that. I won't.
Okay, talking about you behind your back. If you mean discussing your behavior that you were doing publicly with other creators because we were trying to figure out why you were doing what you were doing, then sure, let's call it, you can say we're talking about you behind your back. But then you better get to work at trying to figure out how many other people have talked about you behind your back. And what I'm referencing is your behavior when you were calling out another creator 2 months ago, and you were doing it publicly, and people were curious, people were asking questions, and so we talked about it privately amongst people that we thought we could trust. So if you want to say that I was talking about you behind your back when I was discussing with other friends your behavior that you were making public, sure. Okay.
Griffin is messing with a tablet. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to start drama.
That's hysterical. That's literally hysterical.
I'm just saying, like, I do not have the energy for these fucking people.
Well, you sure are giving a lot of energy to it for the past 2 weeks.
This always seems to happen to me, so
Why is that? Why is that?
it's like one of those situations where I'm like, am I the problem? I know I'm not the fucking problem because literally all I ever try to do is just, like, get along with everybody and, like...
Okay. Except when you were ranting about the previous creator, all of us that talked about it were too afraid to talk to you about it because you said that if we showed support for that other person, you would drag us or cancel us or whatever. You created an environment in which all of us felt afraid to speak out about what you were doing or to speak to you about what you were doing. And I did say something in my stories that alluded to what you were doing, and everybody ragged on me for saying that that you were holding people accountable, you were doing the right thing. My opinion was that you were not doing the right thing, and I'm entitled to that opinion. And I held that opinion privately, and I kind of made it public. But that doesn't warrant the behavior that you exhibit, in my opinion, allegedly in my experience.
Be nice, except to the MLM police, because fuck her. By the way, still fuck the MLM police.
Like,
lots of things clicking for me here. Love bombing, part of it, to try to get something out of me that they wanted.
I wanted nothing out of you. Absolutely nothing. I don't know what you think. I mean, I know where this might be going because I've heard other people tell me what you allude to or what you maybe flat out say. I wanted nothing from you. Nothing. I don't think you were following me during your last big blow up with the person that you named. And I had unfollowed you during that because I didn't want to see your rants. I was like, we got to focus on the FTC. I don't really want to see this. Then when it all died down, I thought, all right, you know what? I'm going to refollow. Maybe I was acting, rash, whatever. And then you followed me. I don't remember how or when or why, but you followed me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we started talking. What was I going to do? Be rude to you? Did you want me to say, oh, I'm not actually going to talk to you because I thought that if that's what you wanted, maybe I should have. But no, I wasn't going to be rude to you. We had good conversations. We have a lot in common. And so I did enjoy our conversations. There weren't a lot of them, but they were brief and they were few and they were pleasant. But I still didn't feel like I was in any position to talk to you. I didn't feel like we had developed any kind of friendship where we had talked where I could say like, hey, so I want to talk to you about my opinion on your behavior, because I really still believe that you weren't going to take kindly to it and you were going to cancel me. I guess that doesn't matter anyhow.
It's pretty fucked up. And then just meanwhile, just talking mad shit about me to other people behind my back.
Again, no, I didn't. What a weird, it's really confusing to me that anyone would think that someone would spend mad time talking about you behind your back. I don't have time for that. You're a parent. I'm a parent. I don't have time for that for BS. I talked with my friends about your particular behavior at that moment, how I felt it was inappropriate. I never said anything. I don't remember. I don't recall that I called you any names or anything wrong. I have not seen screen recordings or screenshots of that yet, because again, I don't hold on to people's screen recordings just in case I need to use them against them later.
While in the meantime, literally just like tagging me and stuff and sharing my stuff and saying nice things about me publicly, but behind the scenes, why are there people like this in our community? Like,
because you have created this environment. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, let's say that the things that you just said are true, that I shared your things, I was talking nicely to you, because you started following me, you started also engaging with me. I'm not trying to create enemies. I'm trying to build bridges. I'm trying to help people reach each other. What I said to someone privately in conversation about your behavior, I don't think is relevant in me just being nice to you. So are you setting up this expectation that if you ever talk bad about someone or disapprove of someone in any way, that you can't be nice to them? Or you are saying that you expect that person to be upfront? Hey, at one point, I said something that was negative about you. I'm sorry. You're creating a very odd hierarchy that does not exist. I don't need to explain to you that I didn't feel like your behavior, or that I felt like your behavior was inappropriate, in order for me to be nice to you and just try to build any kind of relationship. Because I had thought maybe one day we would be close enough where I could feel comfortable bringing it up. But we were not there, and clearly we're never going to be there, and that's totally okay.
Like staunchly against shady behavior. Like, it's mind-boggling to me that there are people who are like shady behind the scenes in this community. Well, I don't even want to call it a community, whatever. In this group of people,
it's a community. I don't understand. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around why we can't say it's a community. We can. The LGBTQ community is a community. Does every single person that identifies as LGBTQIA and all the other letters that I have lost track of, do they all have to get along? No. There are some LGB that don't think T should be in there. I know people like that. But that doesn't mean that it's not a community. It's not a group of people. It's a community, because they all have one shared goal, and that is equal human rights for all the people. Same thing with Black Lives Matter. Same thing with any community. There's different types of communities. And anyone in this community saying that we're not a community is an attempt to say, I'm not even sure what it attempts to do. What I think that it effectively does is it divides the community. It divides people by making it feel, I have to process this a little bit more, I think. But in my opinion, it is 100% a community, because then you're left to like search. And I did say that it wasn't a community at one point. There's definitely videos of me on YouTube where I say, oh, right, we're not a community, we're a genre. And I say genre because I was kind of following the lead of other big creators. I don't agree with that anymore. My opinion has changed. My mind has changed, and you're allowed to do that.
It makes no sense to me. It's really hypocritical. So, y'all know me. I'm always going to be upfront and honest. You can DM me, and I'll let you know who.
I wish that was true. But what we're going to see is a whole lot of speculation. Let's just keep going.
It is. That's if you want to know. But I'm not going to sit here and post it publicly, like, to start this, like, war like I did against the MLM police.
Except that you did. This is still going on because your other friend is still trying to hold me accountable for any imperfection I have as a human being. So you are. And it's funny because you say you're never going to name me, and then you continue in other stories to name me. So just decide how you're going to bully me and then just stick with it, okay?
Because still, fuck her, always fuck her. Yeah. I'm
Just to be clear, in case anybody was unsure, from everything I could gather from the conflict with the MLM police, they were disappointed. They were mad. They dragged her through the mud because she shared private screenshots. I just want to make sure that everybody is clear that from every reliable source, including posts from other people in that group who I'm not even going to name because I'm not trying to drag people into this, long posts that explained Dramageddon 1. That in Dramageddon 1, this thing happened, and then Dramageddon 2 was because MLM police started sharing private screenshots of private conversations. I just wanted to be clear that that's what the first or the last situation revolved around, okay? Okay. Sharing private screenshots publicly. Got it? That was the problem. That's why they dragged the MLM police. Okay.
I'm always just shocked by this stuff. And I had, like, feelings about this person a few weeks ago, a few months ago, I guess. And I unfollowed them, but then the love bombing set in and I fucking fell for it and refollowed her.
I don't know what you're talking about. I literally don't know what you're talking about. In the least.
And then, like, let her in to my DMs, and, like, I've been, like, she's been laying it on really thick. Like, I've been trying to be chill with her, because I'm like, oh, maybe I overreacted. Maybe I don't have a problem. Maybe we don't have a problem. Maybe I just, like, overthought things. But no, I should have trusted my gut.
I don't know what your gut was telling you. I mean, I don't know what love, and I'm hoping you'll give me an example of how I love bombed you, so that I can reassess my behavior. Because anyone that really comes to know me knows that I am super passionate. I am caring. I love quickly. I will care for people very fast. So, but that's not what happened here. There was one time where I put a story up of the creek outside my house. And this person responded to my story and said, oh my God, that sounds so nice. We don't have anything like that here. And I was like, come visit anytime. I mean, I would gladly at that point have welcomed that person into my home, no problem. Because I'm very trusting and I'm very welcoming. Right now, no. And her response was, on my way. Okay.
Just like with everything, I should always trust my gut, and I never do, because I'm just like, I always try to think like, oh, it must be my fault. I must be the only one who feels like that. But anyway, long story short, fuck shady bitches. Always fuck shady bitches. If it goes any further than this, I'm telling you right now, you better lay low, chick.
And I did. Here's the really crazy part. I did. I didn't post about anything she was saying. Not a thing. And they kept going. They kept looking for anything I posted to twist into something. They kept going.
Because it's going to be a whole other situation, MLM Police 2.0 from me.
So 5 minutes ago, she said she didn't want to start drama, but then threatens me to lay low because it's going to be a whole thing. This is bullying. Okay, nothing has actually been presented as any evidence of anything. But anybody watching this is automatically be like, oh my God, who screwed over this person? I love this person, so I automatically hate this other person. Who is it? Right? And nothing has been presented. Literally not one shred of evidence.
Because I got the receipts. I'll call it out, baby. Don't test me. That's basically what I'm saying.
What I mean, this person is created, and I know this because I used to talk to a lot of creators. A lot of creators have gone absolutely silent with me, and whatever. Like, I'm a big girl. I can move on. But they all had expressed in one way or another, well, we're not going to say anything to this person because they will drag us. We don't want this person to cancel us. You've created this hierarchy where everyone's afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I am really disappointed that you are acting like an actual high school mean girl and still not presenting. You saying you have receipts, but you're whatever.
Fuck shady bitches. That's it.
And just this, I mean, again, I'm not telling a person how to be on their platform, but I would just never say that to you. Like, even right now, I would never say that to you. So, like, whatever. Okay.
Happy Friday. And just to address, because there are always going to be people who are just like, sorry, Griffin is nursing. There's always going to be people who are going to be like, oh my God, Savannah, just be an adult. Like, handle it between adults. Like, DM them and, like, hash it out in the DMs. No.
Why would you ever approach me and say, do we have a problem? Do we have a conflict? Can we work this out? Why would you ever do that? Instead, let me block you, make sure that you can't see me anymore, and then publicly drag you. That's way more mature and adult, right? Or is it just more therapeutic for you to feel like you won and you took somebody down because you were believing a lie? Is that what it is?
No, I don't owe that to them.
And I don't owe you anything either. But if you're going to do this to me, you at least owe me a conversation of, hey, I'm about to publicly drag you. Wanted to give you a chance to explain yourself. Or, let's talk about it. Can I call you? No, you clearly had no respect for me because you apparently already had a gut feeling in your stomach about me. I don't know. Was the gut feeling you had in your stomach about me that I was an educator? Or was it that I'm a mature adult, that I am very honest with my feelings? I put myself on blast all the time about my own flaws. Is that what you didn't like in your gut? I don't understand. And the problem is that if there was something about my entire personality that you genuinely didn't care for or you didn't like, it does not warrant you publicly bullying a person at all, in my opinion, allegedly, in my experience.
Like, all the shit that they've said, I have no desire to interact with that ever again. I have no desire to interact with somebody who be so kind and chill to my face and then go turn around and have, oh, what's that? Group chats? Among private chats also, just talking mad shit.
Nope, again. I love it when bullies like to say that anybody having an opinion on your public behavior is talking shit on you. Listen, you are a public figure. You put yourself out on the internet, and you know that. You and I have talked about that. When you do things publicly, people are going to have an opinion and people are going to talk about it privately. Do you really think that when you do something on the internet, your followers don't talk about it to someone? Especially people in this environment, in this community. I still stand to this day that the way that you went in your stories after the MLM police was absolutely inappropriate and it went way too far. Whether what she did was wrong or not, I still don't fully get it. I still can't even wrap my head around it. And that's what the screenshots that were later released showed, that I was saying, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, what is she saying that the MLM police did? I couldn't see it. It wasn't made clear. The story of the problem was not communicated to the consumer in a way that was clear and concise. It was communicated in a way that was, you should hate this person. And I'm just not going to do that. I'm not just going to hate somebody and unfollow them because you said so. So I was expressing that to other people. That's not talking shit on you. I hate to break it to you.
Trying to villainize me.
I'm sorry. I think that I'm the villain here. Just let me be the villain. Like, I've always played the villain in musicals. I'm a great villain on stage. So, like, you don't get to also be the villain. I'm the villain, right? Let's get it clear.
Literally.
Because when has anyone ever tried to make you the villain? Aside from, like, Brianna, right? Who was making those videos that I defended the crap out of you for, right? Who knows?
My face, they're just like, it's like, I don't trust you. I don't want to give you another second of my time. So no, I'm not doing it. Oh my fucking God. So the person that I've been talking about just unsent all of the shit talking messages she sent to the person who told me she was talking shit about me and deactivated her Instagram.
So no, I did not. I did deactivate. Yes, as I said at the beginning of this video, I did deactivate, but it was so that I would not watch this and I would not respond. But do you see what's happening here? When you deactivate, messages get unsent or like you just don't see anything because that account no longer exists. Okay. I know what happens when you deactivate. This is the result of someone not knowing the outcome of an account deactivating. That's why I deactivated, so that I would not engage, so that I would not create more conflict. But we are, right here, creating a narrative with absolutely no proof.
Tell me you're guilty without saying you're guilty.
I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything. Tell me you're making things up. Oh, that's it. You're making things up.
Like what? Someone's running and hiding from their bad behavior. Hi, I'm waiting to pick up Sparrow. Just an update, guys. The amount of people in my DMs right now a lot of them fellow content creators, they're basically telling me the same stuff. Like, there are literally people who are like, I had the same exact experience as you with this person. Like, I unfollowed them, they love bombed me, I refollowed them, and then I just recently put everything together and, like, blocked them.
I really don't know what any of you would be talking about. Truthfully, it is mind-boggling to me that I would behave in such a way and nobody, not one person would say, hey, this feels a little bit like what you talk about. No one wanted to talk to me about it. Not one person. You all just suddenly, and I'm not saying, listen, here's what I will say about it. I am super passionate. And if I said anything to you that was positive or filled with love, it's because I meant it. And also, let me remind you that love bombing is when you shower somebody with praise and love so that you can get something in return, right? To manipulate that person to be loyal to you. Well, clearly, if I was loving bombing you, I didn't do it well because 1 hour of this and you all went right out the window. Okay? So.
It's not just me, dude. It is not just me.
Well, okay.
So, most of you guys have figured it out. A lot of you guys DM'd me like, oh my god, who was it? And then, like, right after, like, sent another message just like, oh, I found the deactivated account, so I know who it is. It's like, yup. They basically outed themselves, so, again, I considered, like, going live and just spilling everything, but I was like, no, Savannah, don't do that. So, I'll still be...
Oh, look, a moment of self-control. How contrite.
Upfront and honest if you still can't figure out who it is, but basically if you're one of those people who's like, I just need to make sure I'm not following someone problematic, just search your favorite anti-MLM creators. If they still have an Instagram account, it's not them. There you go.
Look at her giving you homework and telling you who to follow and who to not follow, and again having given you absolutely no substantial evidence of her claims. Not one. Not one.
If you so happen to type somebody's name in and then it does not show up, there you go. You know what's really infuriating? Sorry, I just
Tell
ate.
me.
I'm like, oh my god, I have stuff all over my mouth. So this person that we've been talking about, yesterday, literally, was it yesterday? 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. Literally yesterday, this person made an Instagram story where they literally said, if I ever have a problem with somebody, I will take it to them. That's funny.
Yeah. And I stand by it. That's exactly what I do.
I literally have proof that you did not do that with me.
Again, so let's just clarify. Let's just clarify what that is. I didn't have a problem with you. I was commenting with other people about your behavior. And the problem that I was seeing you create had nothing to do with me. I had no involvement in your behavior. So I was not going to insert myself into your drama, especially when I know how you react to people telling you what to do, even if they're not telling you what to do. Why would I come to you and say, hey, I don't think that the way you're doing this is appropriate. You would have ripped my throat out. And at that current moment, I was trying to salvage my platform. I was trying to make sure that I didn't get deplatformed. I didn't want to get deplatformed. So why would I come to you? You have to understand that it's the difference between if you have a problem with me and I have a problem with you because we have conflict together. That's what I'm talking about. But just because I watch you have terrible behavior in a situation that has nothing to do with me does not mean that you are owed any conversation with me.
You made a TikTok about me.
That wasn't about you. Again, that wasn't about you. Everybody is out here just watching things on the internet being like, oh my God, that's about me. How? How do you know? And if you think it's about you, what have you been doing? What is your behavior that you've been doing that would make you feel like maybe they are talking about you? But again, I was not talking about you because I don't know how to tell this to you any nicer. The world does not revolve around you.
Saying that I shouldn't be telling my story about things that have happened to me. Said all this shit. Never once did you come to me and say that. So you clearly had enough of a problem with me to make a TikTok
not about you.
Me, all cryptically or whatever. She didn't have the balls to say that to me personally.
Are my balls big enough now? Are they big enough now? I did not have a problem with you, and you did not have a problem with me. The TikTok was not about you, but somebody told you that it was, and you believed them, and you didn't care to actually ask me. So, no.
Sounds fucking hypocritical. It's just like every time I check my phone, I'm getting more people sending me like more screenshots, more screen recordings, more anecdotal evidence, I guess, or, you know, telling me their story with this person. And guys, I haven't even said her name publicly, but people still know who the fuck I'm talking about. That's how you know it's an issue. Very validating, honestly, because I'm like, okay, good.
If any of that is true, if there are people out here watching this right now and you sent her messages about how you felt about me, this is news to me. It's all news to me. All of this is news to me. I'm flabbergasted, truthfully.
Glad I'm not the only one who feels this way and has been treated this way by the same person. Yeah, every time I check my phone, there's more shit, so, yeah. The other thing is, too, is that the argument she could probably make is, well, you blocked me, so how am I supposed... Yeah, I blocked her. How am I supposed to take this to you now? Well, I mean, I have an email address. It's public on my YouTube. You can send me an email and apologize to me.
That's hilarious. You want me to apologize to you for having a private opinion about your public behavior? No. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I shared with other people who were too afraid. I mean, let me explain to you that we were tiptoeing around who we could even talk to about your behavior, that a group chat was set up that was like, and I'm not going to name who was in it. There were some people that were just like, can we just kind of, how are we feeling about what's going on in the stories? Everybody that started were like, can we talk about it? And I was one who was like, I will talk about it. Let's talk about it. I think it's inappropriate. I don't think it's being handled appropriately. And that was my opinion. But everybody was afraid to talk about it because everyone was afraid that our messages were going to be screenshot and sent to you, and then you were going to do a 20-minute story rant on us. Because you've created an environment where no conversation on Instagram is safe. No conversation on Instagram is private. Because everybody is screenshotting everything to send to everyone to blackmail and to hold people accountable for having opinions. What you're not seeming to understand is that what I do and what you do is we hold MLM reps accountable for the public lies and fallacies that they put out to the public. That's what we do. What you are claiming to do here is hold me accountable for having an opinion on your inappropriate behavior. And so I will not apologize for having an opinion and talking amongst close friends about that, which I want to remind everybody what I said before. Her problem with the MLM police, from what I can gather, was that she released private screenshots. My private screenshots of my opinion on her behavior were released. And I'm the bad guy. Okay. Are we all caught up? Okay.
She's not gonna do that. She has plenty of friends in the community who have contact with me. She can be like, can you have Savannah reach out to me?
Nope, not gonna do that either.
This way, like, have them send me your email.
You are not my boss. You are not gonna hold me hostage on me having to get a hold of you to apologize for something. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Again, let me just say it one more time. I'm not sorry that I thought I had people in this community that I could trust to share my feelings and opinions on public behavior you were displaying, that I had no intention of sharing publicly because I just wanted to talk about it with someone. And if you think that you're living in a world where nobody ever needs to talk about how they feel about what they see online, and they don't want it to be public, they just want to get it out. They just need someone to hear them and validate that their feelings are like, yes, I also feel that way. Okay, great. You feel that way? Okay, it's not just me. You think this is a little bit crazy? Okay, you think this, okay, I think this is crazy too. Cool. I don't need to say anything about it publicly. I just needed someone to hear someone else validate my feelings. I don't owe you an apology for having feelings and opinions on your public behavior.
Like, we can dish it out, you know, but no,
No, and also, why do I have to dish it out with you after you have also already started a war on me, started a complete takedown on me? Why do I have to reach out to you? Oh, that's right, silence, because I'm blocked.
Activated her Instagram and ran away. So, which, you know.
Again, so you see how she's painting this narrative that I'm running and hiding. I deactivated so I would not engage. It's called knowing yourself and taking appropriate steps for your own mental health.
Good. Lay low. It's probably a smart idea before all this blows over. But
oh, it won't blow over because you guys will never let things blow over.
I don't know if this is going to blow over because it seems like you've kind of pissed off a lot of people.
Then a screenshot. The MLM police is slipping into people's DMs trying to get the tea on all the drama from today. She never effing stops, guys. I'm telling you, she's a dirty snake. Once this waiter brings me my nachos, I'm putting my phone down. But I just needed everyone to know that MLM police is still out here involving herself in drama. Why did you have to bring her up? Who cares?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
So I'm still getting a lot of messages of people asking me who the person in question is. From I guess my stories yesterday, the drama yesterday, if you want to call it fucking drama, I call it holding somebody accountable for their shitty behavior. Anyway,
which, again, shitty behavior that she provided absolutely no evidence for. Not one shred of evidence was presented in this. Not a single slice.
A lot of you guys were figuring it out for a while because they had deactivated their account, but last night, they ended up reactivating their accounts.
Because I worked very hard on my content for Palooza, and I wasn't going to let you stop me.
So that people couldn't figure out who I was talking about.
Do you hear that? Go back.
For their shitty behavior. Anyway, a lot of you guys were figuring it out for a while because they had deactivated their account, but last night, they ended up reactivating their account so that people couldn't figure out who I was talking about.
How do you know that was why I reactivated? What information do you have that led you to that conclusion? None. You have zero information of why I reactivated, which I've already shared. So you were creating an entire narrative about why I did what I did, just so that you can stay up here and keep your foot on my neck. I'm a high school teacher, so I recognize mean girl bullying when I see it.
Someone who had deactivated their account. So the following slide is just going to be my one and only hint. You can
tell me this isn't bullying. Go ahead.
Still slide into my DMs and ask me, and I will tell you straight up who it is. But this picture should help. It should answer your question without having to ask me. Because I'm getting a little overwhelmed, so I just...
Oh, are you? I'm so sad. A picture of a blowfish with blue lips. Cute. It's original. Listen, I, in high school, got made fun of for being tall, for being blonde, which was very strange, for being fat, which I actually wasn't fat. I just wasn't, it was 2000, so I wasn't wearing hip huggers that showed my thong bikini underwear. I got bullied for being a singer. I choose blue lips because I can rock a blue lip, but you're using this as an identifier. And this is bullying. This is bullying. How else can I put it? Because so far, how long have I been recording? I don't even know. You have made 0 claims. You've made tons of claims, 0 proof of anything that I've actually done. So let's keep going.
I'm like trying to like start editing and get work done today, but I was also just made aware that the person in question that we've been talking about and people who are close with her have been sliding into other creators' DMs, people who have publicly, I guess, applauded myself for speaking out the way I have. They're like literally in their DMs telling them to take their support of me down. Information control, who behavior.
Nobody was doing that.
I'm like trying to.
Let me re-listen to that because I don't even know what she's trying to
today,
say.
But I was also just made aware that the person in question that we've been talking about and people who are close with her have been sliding into other creators' DMs, people who have publicly, I guess, applauded myself for speaking out the way I have. They're like literally in their DMs telling them to take their support of me down. Information control.
Nope. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And again, she's not providing any proof of that. That did not happen. I'm not going to tell people to not. Nope. No.
Who behavior control who? Guys, there is a group of people in the anti-MLM movement who is literally hypocritical. Like, they're gatekeeping anti-MLM, basically. Like, if you don't do it our way, then we're going to harass you and tell you what you can and can't say.
This is hilarious. This is hilarious. If you don't do it our way, then we're going to harass you with what you can and cannot say. She just described what she's doing to me. None of this happened. Nobody slid into anyone's DMs and told them not to support this person. Nobody.
Like, what the...
And if they did, I don't know about it. I don't know about it. I have talked to a very, very small number of people about this. Very small. I've been pretty much isolated because almost every creator followed suit. Just completely unfollowed and left. That's fine. All right, let's see part 2.
So since Instagram took away my live privileges, since I'm in Instagram jail, I'm just gonna, I guess, make a story this way. We can have a live about it later, actually, if you want. If you want to continue this conversation, maybe have a conversation together.
Oh my God, this is so long. This is so long.
We'll just play it by ear and see what happens. But
hold on.
Dramageddon 1, and then my beat. Sorry, I'm missing nails. I'm just letting.
I just need to see. Sorry, this video is going to be long. This might have to be a 2-parter.
Anyway, I've been hinting at a person who has done me dirty, did me wrong, has done other people wrong in the community. So I just want to put it out there. The person I was talking about is Mallory from I Don't Want No Huns. That's been put out there already. But a bunch of people have been asking me, who are you talking about? Oh my God. So here's my story.
Again, if you're, with all due respect, if you're someone who unfollowed me, you do what you want. But you asked her who she was talking about, and then maybe you unfollowed me, and she provided you with absolutely nothing. No proof of anything. And you just chose to be like, yep, Mallory sucks. Okay, cool.
Here's what happened. Basically, let me just make sure my door's closed because Griffin's taking a nap out there. Basically, you guys know that I have beef with the MLM police, and I've been beefing with the MLM police for like 2 years now because she started Dramageddon 1. We don't have to go through all that. If you want, okay, let me tell you this. If you want more information about the Dramageddon 1 and then my beef with the MLM police, dietitian Kat Benson has a really great video about it. So go watch that, and that will get you updated. Actually, you know what? I'll link
Is anyone else exhausted? Like, just exhausted from all of this?
it right here. You can click
Oh,
it.
look, here's a link. Watch this for the MLM police beef. Cool. Let's go watch drama between 2 high school girls who can't get their shit together. Sounds like a riveting Friday night.
And watch it and then come back here, okay? Thanks. Okay, so now there's no excuse for you to not be in the loop with what's going on with the
And if you aren't in the loop, what's wrong with you? I gave you the link. You should have watched it.
MLM police. So that that was all kind of going down like a few months ago. And when that happened, I had a lot of support from most of the people in the community, and basically I didn't receive a single like hate message from, I guess,
because you said in your story that if anybody agrees with the MLM police or follows the MLM police, you would make sure we were canceled or drag us or whatever you said. I don't remember word for word, but you created an environment where nobody was going to message you because nobody wanted to be canceled by you. Okay, just so that we're clear.
Viewers or whatever. Everyone was really supportive, except for one person.
Oh,
and I did a live talking about this. I didn't say Mallory's name by name, but I was talking.
Did you know it was me? Because I feel like if you knew it was me, then you had the beef with me. You already knew that there was a problem. So if you really wanted to, if you had actually any respect for me, you could have reached out to me and been like, hey, I heard that that you had a problem. Can we talk about it? But you didn't do that. So I am wondering, did you know it was me? And if you did, then why did you follow me again? And why did you continue to have a conversation with me? Listen, I am not denying in any way that I approved of, or that I didn't approve of your behavior. I did not approve of the way you're handling it. And did I say in some live somewhere something alluding to it? Yes, I did. Because I have a history of vague booking. I know that that is one of my flaws. I vague book. And I'm working on it. I'm trying to be better. But again, you're a public figure. You were behaving a certain way. I made a comment on it, and then you made this is all convoluted. This is all petty. This is all ridiculous. I can't even believe that this has taken up any of my brain space. But here I am.
About her. It's the one where I'm wearing the long sleeve Bayside shirt. It's a black long sleeve shirt. My hair's like curly. You should go watch that. It's on my Instagram.
She's going to accuse me of wanting views later. She's going to accuse me of wanting views. But everything here has been like, go watch this video. Now, she did tag someone else's video, but go watch my video and then my other video and this. Okay.
If you want to know, like, what I had to say about that, long story short, basically, I was upset. I thought it was hypocritical that someone would try to essentially silence me and my story and my experience.
Sure. If you want to feel that my opinion on that was hypocritical, absolutely. That's your opinion to have. I still don't think that you handled it well. I think that it was, in my opinion, it seemed, from everything I could gather, that it was a private problem between you and a small group of people, and you were trying to let everybody know what a terrible person the person was, which when you do that, you are trying to polarize people. You are trying to deplatform. You're trying to villainize someone because you had a bad experience with them. You don't want to give them any possibility of becoming a better person because you want to make sure that your reach has tainted the opinion of that person so that they can't possibly ever have anybody on their side ever again. Let's be clear about what you were intending to do and what you're trying to do with me. You are trying to make sure that everybody who ever comes in contact with me that heard your words will think, oh, I can't trust her, never giving me the chance to show people who I am. You are attempting to make me out to be a villain to any person who has yet to meet me. Okay? So if you want to feel that we were hypocritical, fine. But let's just call it where we were both wrong. I should not have made any public statement about my thoughts on it. And you shouldn't have done this live either. But you're never going to be wrong because you're never wrong. Okay.
As someone who was a victim of harassment. Well, victim of harassment, that's probably not the best way to put it. But basically, the MLM police was trying to tear the entire movement apart from the inside out. By
it doesn't feel like the MLM police is the one trying to do that.
Turning creators against each other, always having her little hands in every little piece of drama ever.
I don't know why you're still talking about her.
A lot of that shit out, obviously. Again, if you watch the video, you know. So Mallory took it upon herself to make a TikTok basically calling me out and saying that I should not be airing my dirty laundry,
wasn't
saying that I
you.
should handle it like an adult, handle it behind the scenes. Well, the thing is
You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. It's not about you. Not everything is about you.
Mallory's pretty new to the movement, to the anti-MLM movement. I've been doing this for like 4 years now. Sorry, I'm missing nails. I'm just letting them fall off at this point. I'm not going to try to rip them off. Sorry. Yeah, so she took it upon herself to talk shit when she wasn't even around when the MLM police was doing her dumb shit.
I wasn't around for slavery either, but I have an opinion on that.
When Dramageddon in the anti-MLM community happened, I say community, it was more of a community back then because it was a lot smaller back then. But anyway, when that drama happened, like 2 years ago,
The LGBTQ community can only be a community if it's small. You heard it here first.
ish or whatever, Mallory was not around. She wasn't there to witness the absolute destruction and how the MLM police's actions almost silenced us as a movement because she couldn't get over her own issues with, not liking people getting attention, who's not her. She wanted all the attention for herself. If someone else was getting attention, either she wanted to be attached to that person's hip, so that she would also get all the clout or whatever, which is evidenced still to this day by the people she associates with. They're, let's just say, some people in this movement who have a lot of followers and for some reason just let her leech followers and clout off of them. I don't know. I've never understood that, but whatever. All that aside, whatever. So Mallory decides to call me out on TikTok. She doesn't say my name, but obviously it was about me, and the reason I know it was about me is because of one of my patrons, and this is just like one of my little guys, which obviously, even if you're a little guy, I still appreciate you and love you no matter what. Thank you for being a patron, but this is someone who I read their name at the end of my videos. Like, they're a higher level patron. I would say that anyone who watches my content would probably know that they're a patron.
That's really cute that you assumed I was watching your content.
They've been a patron for a while, a very recognizable name. So,
I'm sorry, that was bitchy. To be fair. Okay. I'm trying not to be bitchy. I can't watch everyone's content. I never make it to the end of anyone's content. Ever. And I haven't watched your content in a while. Not for really any real reason. I'm sure you'll create one as to why I don't watch your content anymore, but I have no idea who your patrons are. Not a clue.
Mallory was in DMs with them talking shit about me.
Where? Who?
And I have that screenshot, actually. I'll put it in here. Right now.
Okay. Oh, look. Okay. Here's what it says. I need to finish watching her stories then because what I saw didn't make any sense to me. But why did she post all this stuff now? What happened that is bringing it back up? Scandal. What are you talking about? I don't know who this is, again, but I'm saying I need to finish watching her stories then because what I saw didn't make any sense to me. But why did she post all this stuff now? What happened that is bringing it back up? I'm asking questions. Is this talking shit? Is this shit talking? Have I been talking shit my whole life by asking questions?
So basically, she was going around being like, why does she think she needs to talk about this? Why does she feel like the need to bring this up now when all that drama happens?
Isn't it cute that when you turn the tone of that question into, why does he, as opposed to, why does she need to talk about this now? What's going on? Like, what prompted this? God forbid that I have questions about something you're doing publicly. God forbid.
Long ago. Well, Mallory, the thing is that you're not understanding is that when all this happened, way back in the day when you weren't around, it was a pretty big deal and no one really did anything about it, and she was able to...
You know what you don't understand is that I was trying to find out what I didn't understand. I was trying to learn. I was trying to find out why this was such a big deal to you. But I didn't feel like I could message you because you were very unapproachable, and you still are, at least in my opinion. You're very unapproachable because you at that point too had said, if you associate with the MLM police, you're done for. So I don't understand how you don't understand what I didn't understand. Do you understand?
Continue being a toxic member of the movement, and she was able to continue doing those things, which started up again. So that's why I started talking about it, because I was like, if we had just held her accountable the first time, what's happening now, her trying to stir up drama and shit, wouldn't be happening. So let's, nip it in the bud now so that she can't keep doing this. And that's something that I feel like Mallory should have learned about me through that whole... If she was just listening to me and the things I was saying, it would be very clear where I stand on toxic behavior.
It's not clear at all. It's not clear at all. Because you dragged MLM police for sharing private conversations, and then you went and dragged me for having private conversations that were not shared. Other people shared them to you, and you're like, cool, thank you. Do you understand? This is not, what I did was not toxic behavior. And you're going to call me a narcissist for not acknowledging my toxic behavior? Listen, again, I maintain that I had an opinion, a private opinion, and this whole thing you're doing to me is absolutely uncalled for based on the level of severity of what you claim I've done, which you still have not shown any substantial proof of.
No, instead of actually just listening and empathizing, she decided to, what I have just learned over the past few days, which has sparked this whole thing, me talking about it, is that she was in DMs talking to Karina, who is someone who just recently spoke out about all this, as well as others who she kind of clings to in the movement. If you see people that she's constantly tagging, these are the people we're talking about, which, what I've been told, those people are kind of all starting to see the light too, so I don't hold anything against them. I realize...
Oh, are they? Are they? Are they all starting to see the light? Cool.
That Mallory is a toxic person and brings this kind of energy.
I mean, how do you just flat out say that about somebody when you've shown absolutely no proof of it? You just flat out called me a toxic person and showed no evidence of it. You have nothing to back this up. One screenshot of me asking a question. Cool.
To wherever she goes, so I don't blame those people, but she basically started a hate campaign against me to her closest friends.
Wow. Again, this is not true. I'm sorry, this is a flat out lie. I never started a hate campaign against you. No, why would I do that? What would that gain me? Even if I thought about it, what would that even benefit me for? I can't even wrap my head around what I would think I was going to gain from that. A hate campaign. Again, no proof because it's not true.
Who also were in contact with me. I wouldn't consider those people my friends, but they were, like work associates. I don't know. We all do the same job here. You know what I mean? What she decided to do was start telling them that I was harassing Courtney. And there was an instance where Courtney had doxed EPH, I think? Yeah, that's what it was. There was a screenshot that was going around where Courtney is the MLM police. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. The MLM police doxed EPH. And now listen, none of us like EPH. EPH is... she's in her own zone of, annoying, why are you here? You know what I mean? None of us want to fuck with her. It's stupid. But, that being said, no one deserves to be doxxed. No one deserves that. And even though I disagree with EPH on basically everything she does, I didn't think it was right for Courtney to dox her. So that screenshot was going around, and Mallory told Karina not to share the screenshot because it would give me more ammo to harass Courtney.
So Karina shares that screenshot, and that's not what I said. That's not even close to what I said. What I said was, so we're defending Eve now? Because I couldn't understand. The screenshot was not clear that she was being doxxed. It wasn't clear. It was absolutely, if you look at the actual text of what Courtney was saying, said something about a police station that she worked at, maybe, but she works for an MLM, so, and the screenshot was from 2 years ago. So clearly, Eve did some digging, on Courtney, posted something, and then it got back to these people, and it just stirred up a whole bunch of crap. And when Karina shared it, I did message Karina. Absolutely. And I was like, what, are we supporting Eve? Like, what is happening? Eve has been vile to us. Eve has been horrible to me and many other people. What? And she was like, no, but nobody deserves to get doxxed. So I was like, I get it, but I just don't understand what I'm seeing here. That's me apparently giving Courtney ammo for Savannah. What are you talking about? You are making things up.
And to that I say, oh, so now holding somebody accountable for literally committing a crime, doxing is a crime, holding someone accountable for that is harassment now.
Oh my God.
Okay, Mallory. But not only that, I mean, like, the whole...
Savannah, this is harassment. You making these long stories where you are making up lies about me, which leads me to believe that half of what you said about the MM police would also have been a lie. It's harassment. When you keep posting public things about somebody and attacking their character and their integrity, yes, it is harassment. Did I share with a few close people I thought I was close with that I thought what you were doing was harassment? I'm not the only one who thought that, but I was the only one who was apparently dumb enough to say it out loud to people I thought I could trust.
The whole thing has always just been holding Courtney accountable, holding the MLM police accountable for her shitty behavior. And it's been years of this stuff. That's why, like, when people ask, oh, what's the beef? It's like, I can't even explain it because there's so much. Anyway.
Don't you think that's a problem? That it's just so convoluted at this point that you can't even explain it?
Yeah, so that was going on behind the scenes. I didn't know that until recently, but okay, so the TikTok. Let's get back to the TikTok thing. I obviously saw the TikTok. I don't think I didn't see it on TikTok. Someone had sent it to me. And I saw that and I was like, fuck this bitch. That's sketchy. That's weird. Like, why is she bringing that? Like, why isn't she talking to me about this if it's such a big deal? And she prides herself on always bringing problems to the person.
It wasn't about you.
I just thought
you're
it was
right.
Just really
You're right. I do pride myself on bringing problems to the person. And with that particular one, I didn't bring it to that person because I knew that there was no civil conversation to be had. It was very clear to me. And then a couple weeks later, I did make a decision to unblock that person because I thought maybe I was being unfair. The thing that they're not allowing for here is for people to have made mistakes in the past and then possibly have learned and grown from them. Grown's not a word. To learn and grow from them. And then all of a sudden you pull out this behavior, this one example, and say, look what a terrible person she is. Just completely regardless of anything else that I may have done to demonstrate otherwise. Was me making that TikTok shady or inappropriate? Yeah, probably. It wasn't about you, but I was feeling petty. And we all get to be petty sometimes, right? But I was feeling petty and I made a petty TikTok. Whatever. But I wasn't going to argue with that person anyhow, because some people, it's not worth a conversation. It's not worth it because I'm always going to be the bad guy.
Shady and gross that she did that, so I unfollowed her. I didn't block her or anything like that. I unfollowed her.
I don't believe you were ever following me. To be fair, I don't know for certain, but I do not believe you were ever following me.
And then didn't hear from her for weeks, if not maybe a couple months. I don't remember the time period this all was, but it was a long time where I didn't hear.
It's really hard to keep track of time periods when you're just like making shit up, isn't it? I know.
Anything from her. Well, then what happened was the whole Angelique situation. Most of you guys are probably aware of it. Angelique is somebody who was terminated from Monet for speaking out about them on Chelsea's channel. Ridiculous situation. But so Angelique got terminated, which, by the way, Mallory was love bombing the shit out of Angelique during this whole time. I've seen the screenshots of the text message.
No. I really cared about Angelique. Very much. I wanted to help her. I gave so much of my energy to her. I wanted to be there for her. I was happy to be there for her. And I was clicking with her. I was connecting with her. I thought I was really developing a friendship. So, and what did I have to gain? And if anybody wants to say it's views, come on. Like, are you kidding me? I barely had 3,000 followers at that point. I was barely going to make any money off of any video anyhow. It wasn't about views. It was about giving her a platform in our community, in our anti-MLM genre, to have her voice heard and for people to see her go through this in real time if she wanted to. I would never love bomb someone. I am passionate. I am intense. I know I'm intense. But I would not love bomb. And this is again, and she said she has screenshots. Well, I'd love to see them because the screenshots that have been provided so far are not damning.
Messages, it's disgusting.
Is it?
Like, when I tell you, and I don't want to, like, share Angelique's, like, personal messages and stuff. That's her story to share. But what I will say is, I mean, this is stuff where, like, Angelique very clearly set a boundary. And Mallory ignored it and kept pushing and pushing and pushing. It's disgusting. She was using, like, faith manipulation against Mallory, against Angelique, like, nasty stuff. Anyway, so that all happens with
None of this is true. Here's what happened. And I'm going to put it into a nutshell. I helped Angelique work through, and as well did other creators. We helped her. We were there for her. We got on Zooms or StreamYards with her late at night. She put up a post saying that she needed somebody to help her go live. I was awake. I was like, do you want to go live? I can give you my live. She went live. I talked her through her depressing feelings. I wanted to be there for her because I felt drawn to her for no other reason. And I gave her a lot of my energy. And I will say, because I think this is what's going to come up next, there was a damage control call done about her. This creator and two other creators had already done a reaction video to it. It already existed. I reached out to all three and said, hey, do you have access to, like, can I have access to that video? I'd love to do a reaction video to it. Only one sent it to me. Fine. I didn't think it was a problem to ask for that content. We did the reaction video. It was a very well-received video, but again, not like, if you want to say that I did it for the money, I mean, come on. Like, give me a little bit of credit. Like, please. What happened was, after the dust settled, Angelique posted a short clip of a podcast that she was on where the co-host said something very transphobic. She and I had already had a previous conversation about the transphobic rhetoric on that podcast a couple weeks prior. She and I had already talked about it. It happened again. It got under my skin, and I posted about it on my stories. I sent her a very nice message, and I'll share it. I'll post it right here. I sent her a message that said, hey, I just posted this in my stories, blah, 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 blah. You can read whatever I write. I was saying I love you like crazy. If you want to say that me saying that is love bombing, well, then I apologize. I was not love bombing her. I did love that girl. I loved her to death. I thought she was a great person, and I really wanted to have her in my life. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. What transpired after that was anything but giving me any space to forgive her. Was I maybe a little intense in trying to reach her and have her talk to me? Yep, absolutely. Because I was so torn up on how I had hurt her, on how I may have misstepped, that I just really believed that if she would just talk to me, if she would just pick up the phone and call me or FaceTime me so we could just talk face to face, that we could work through it. But she wouldn't. And to be fair, did I give her that space? Not initially. And then ultimately I did. And I said, call me on Monday. And she's like, okay. And I never heard from her again.
Angelique, while Mallory is love bombing her to get her on her side, whatever. So that night,
My side of what?
Angelique's ex-uplines hold a Zoom call, which I received the link to.
So she's saying that I love bombed her up to this point? Like, are you kidding me? If I love bombed her, then so did every other single person that helped her. I mean, this is ludicrous.
And had the recording of myself, and I think Isabella also recorded it. So listen, I didn't end up giving this to Mallory, but
so interesting.
Here's what happened. And this is really what I think is the most manipulative and gross, and why I think that she should not be a voice in this movement anymore.
You don't get to tell people that they deserve to have a voice in the movement, but let's hear why you think that.
Being totally honest, because it's hypocritical. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, having unfollowed Mallory weeks not months prior, however long ago it was. Mallory out of nowhere starts tagging me and stuff, like in her stories, mentioning me in stories, like commenting and liking my stuff again, like on my posts. Again, weeks if not months have gone by since I've heard from her.
Just to be clear, this Dramageddon 2 happened around February. It is currently May. All of this stuff happened in April. So we're talking, if you're saying months and months, no. It's a matter of weeks. Like 5 to 6 weeks could be possible here. Because, no, not even, because that video dropped on April 1st. I edited it late into the evening. So that video dropped on April 1st. So we're talking about maybe 6 weeks past this whole Dramageddon 2 thing. So no, this timeline does not pan out. And this is all, and I don't know what she's talking. I mean, I may have started liking her stuff because I refollowed her, but I did not she is creating the narrative that I refollowed her to get this content, and I did not. But who are you going to believe? You can choose who you want to believe, but I'm telling you I didn't. I had no ulterior motive.
Suddenly she's in my DMs and just like acting like we're buddies, like nothing happened. And so it made me think like, okay, so this whole time I thought we had an issue. I thought you didn't like me. I thought we weren't, we were clashing. Like
it is possible for people to not approve of your behavior and still like you. Like I liked your content. A lot of the things that you put in your stories resonated with me. I did not like how you handled that one thing. It doesn't mean I'm going to write you off forever because I am an adult and I use my critical thinking skills and I'm rational. So no, I didn't like how you were behaving, but that doesn't mean that I don't like you. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
You clearly have an issue with me because you made a whole fucking TikTok about my...
A whole fucking TikTok that wasn't even about you, but you are making days of drama about me. Okay.
Me speaking out about Courtney, but this kind of behavior made me think, well, am I overreacting? Maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe there isn't an issue, So I fell for it. She was literally love bombing me. She hit me hard with all the likes and the tags and all this stuff and DMs. I'm like, oh, hello.
Likes and tags, and that's not love bombing. That's not love bombing. And what was I supposed to gain from you, from love bombing you? What do you think that I have to gain from you?
To the point where I was now manipulated into checking myself, being like, wow, Savannah, you must have overreacted because clearly Mallory doesn't have a problem with you. So I let her back in and I fucking refollowed her. Looking back, I'm so mad at myself because that was my gut instinct. I unfollowed her and then I had to recheck myself as far as where my gut instinct led me to, which was unfollowing Mallory. And that's manipulation, dude. I'm sorry. No matter which way you cut it, manipulating someone into believing that their gut instinct was wrong is...
How can you claim that I manipulated you into believing your gut instinct was wrong when I had no idea that you had a gut instinct about me at all? You can't tell people that I manipulated you when I had no part in any of this. Me just being present and liking anything you posted, you are telling everyone that I was using that as some sort of ploy, as some sort of manipulation tactic. Then do you think that everyone that likes your stuff, anyone who is a creative that likes your stuff, is trying to manipulate you? Do you believe that?
Fucked up. I mean, and that's what she did to me. So I let her back in. Just
I didn't even know I was in the first place to be back in. I'm confused.
I guess I overreacted. Let Mallory back in. So a few days of this go by. And wouldn't you fucking know it? What did she ask me for a few days later? She wanted a link to the Monate Zoom. She knew I had something that she wanted. And again, I never sent it to her. I don't know where she got it from. But it was just the timing, and she'll probably deny this, okay? But how I see it now, hindsight is 20/20 vision. She was love bombing me because she wanted something out of me.
Oh, God. You're right. I am going to deny that because that's not even close at all. Angelique was very upset that this Zoom call happened. Very upset. She watched your video, Isabella's video, other videos that were made, and you and Isabella got some things wrong. That's fine. I was intimately involved in this departure. I don't know how, I mean, I know how, but I don't know why she felt safe with me, and I'm still sad that she doesn't feel safe with me anymore. But I was talking to her every single day. Every single day, the voice memos back and forth, helping her through and talking her through things. The energy I gave her. So I did want to do a reaction video to it. When I saw your video, when I heard there was a damage control call, I thought that it was just between Brittany Rose and Connie and like the main higher ups. I had no idea it was a team call. I had no idea. It wasn't until I saw your video that I was like, oh my God, this was a public thing? I want to do a reaction to this. So I asked you for the video. That's it. And then, once I got the video, I thought, I'm going to see if Angelique wants to also react to this. Because it's about her. It's a Zoom, it's a meeting where they are talking about her. And people are not being kind. She should have a chance to debunk everything they're saying in real time. So I asked her if she wanted to do that. She immediately said yes. We set it up. We did it like that night. And I edited for, I think, a whole day. I mean, I spent so much time on it. And I dropped it April 1st. That's what happened. I didn't feel that it would be appropriate for me to do a response video, being intimately involved with her in this process, without her voice. Okay.
She tried to rekindle whatever friendship or relationship, whatever you want to call it, was lost when she made that bullshit TikTok about me.
We didn't have a friendship. I did not know you considered me a friend. That's brand new information to me. I did not know you considered me a friend. Okay.
Because she had something to gain. Not because she actually cared about me or wanted to be my friend.
Again, how could I love bomb you to get a video that I didn't even know existed? Or did you think that I was just like, I'm going to love bomb the crap out of Savannah so that one day when she has something I want, she'll give it to me? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Like, are you, like, is that who it seems like I am? Are you guys kidding? Are you serious? That's not even close to who I am. I don't think that...
Because she wanted me to send her a link to a Zoom call that I had. Because, let's be honest, that whole situation was a view farm. Like, everyone was talking about Angelique, Monate Fallout, all that stuff. And she wanted to do a reaction video to it herself, which she ended up manipulating Angelique into doing on her channel.
It wasn't a manipulation. I asked her if she wanted to have a voice, like I just said. Like, this is all lies. It is all lies. Storytelling with absolutely no basis of anything.
Angelique did, like, she wanted to do a reaction video to it, but she didn't really know. Like, she's just starting her YouTube right now. She's taking pointers from Chelsea. She's doing a great job. I've seen some of the stuff she's working on. She's gonna do great. But Mallory had her convinced that Angelique needed to go on Mallory's channel to react to that Zoom call.
What proof do you have of that? What proof do you have to make such a claim? That I had her convinced that she had to come on my channel? No. I didn't have to convince her at all. I said, I want to do a reaction video to this. Do you want to do this together? Yep. That sounds great. When are you free? Tonight. Cool. I mean, can you please see how this entire story is being completely twisted and just told with absolutely no substance at all?
You know, it all just comes back to Mallory. Whatever's going to get her the views, whatever's going going to get her the attention.
The irony of that statement. The irony. I have an account of under 5,000 followers and a YouTube of under 3,000 followers. The irony of that I'm only doing things for the views. Christ almighty. What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now?
From what I see now, and you know what? I'll say this, she's a passionate individual.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that based on all this, because she's also one of those people who, like, old school Emily Leah style would try to get her content out first so that she could get all the views first.
What are you, how? Like, what? What are you talking about? What have I done that made you think that?
She made it a competition. She was always wanting to be the first one.
When? When did I make you think that? Because that's, nope. No.
To talk about a subject because she knew that she would get views over it. And that's just speculation, okay? She's never told me that, but it's like, if the...
Guys, please tell me that you heard that. She just said a whole bunch of stuff about me, stated it as fact, and then said, I mean, that's all speculation. She's never told me that. Please tell me that you're hearing this complete manipulation happening in front of you. Like, this is, oh my, come on.
Two fits, right? If it quacks like a duck, you know. And that is a behavior that we didn't like the first time it happened in the movement with Emily Leah, and we certainly don't like it now. It really lends some ammo to the anti-MLMers, like EPH and stuff, who's always like looking for...
Oh, I'm sure she's been just like lapping this up. I'm sure she loves that you guys hate me now. She loves it.
Anything that's going to... That's something to criticize our movement about. And yeah, Mallory was behaving that way.
But it was all speculation. It's all speculation. You have no proof because it's not real.
It just looks like she's in it for the views. She's in it for the engagement. She wants... I mean, listen, like, she's out here singing and shit. Like, whatever. If you want to do that, that's cool. But it's like, at a certain point, it's like you're doing it for attention. And
Hi, my name is Mallory. I am a former actress, current actress. I am a singer. I am a dancer. I am a comedian. I am now a commentator. I'm a teacher. And one of the things that I really like to do with my entertainment is singing. And so I am going to use different various entertainment techniques to get the message across. Because that's how entertainment works. Could you imagine if you went to like a fundraising event about cancer, okay? You went to a fundraising event about cancer and you buy a ticket to the show. And the entire show is just a slideshow of why cancer sucks. No one's singing, no one's dancing. You paid a lot of money to go to that event and there's no entertainment. And you're like, what? This is so boring. It's because you use entertainment, you use song, you use dance, you use comedy, you use drama to get a message across, to make a point. So people use song. When a long time ago, there was a woman at my school that had cancer. Unfortunately, she did not survive. And they held a benefit for her. And we all got together and sang songs. We all performed. Was that for attention? Just so that like, did I perform just so people would hear me perform? Or did I sing to be a part of this benefit to raise money for this woman who was suffering from cancer? That's how the entertainment industry works. I acutely understand the entertainment industry.
Not because you're actually passionate about the movement. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, what caused the whole fallout here, you know, after that Monet Zoom situation happened, I continued talking to her like a friend because, you know, I thought that I thought I had overreacted and that there wasn't an issue and that we were buddies. I mean, it was to the point where, like, she opened up to me about her fallout with Angelique, turns out she was lying to me because I saw the screenshots from Angelique herself, and Angelique told me her side of the story. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Mallory basically painted Angelique to be this fucking horrible person.
No, I did not. No, I did not. I know that entire thing was super intense. I know that I went on my stories crying. I know. I'm super intense. But I never, not once, painted that woman to be horrible. And I have the screenshots of everything I sent her and the voice memos. I have them. And if you watch them and you think that that's what I did, then I can't help you.
Essentially was trying to get her canceled.
No, I was not. Not in the least. I never wanted that. And I was trying to fix all of it. And nobody let me fix it.
Like, what kind of friend does that, right? That's not friendly behavior. Long story short, Mallory is just not a trustworthy person, not a good friend.
So, long story short, she has made up a whole bunch of stuff about me and then made these claims that I'm not a trustworthy person, not a good friend. I don't know if you've ever had people just get on the internet and lie about you. I don't know if anyone's ever, like, if you're watching this, if you've ever had people do that. But I'll tell you what, it sucks. I have a really thick skin. Like I said, I used to be a performer. I used to perform for a living. I'm used to rejection. I'm used to being criticized. But this is a whole different kind of suck, because when this happens and you don't know it's coming and people start making up things about you that are just not true, and then you see people that you thought you trusted, people that you thought you had good relationships, suddenly start sharing that they also have problems with you. Because I'm going to have to make another video to cover Karina's videos. But there are people, she did a 90-minute a live video, where she talked about me and people in the comments bashed me. 90 minutes. Have you ever had anybody just get in a public forum and talk crap about you for 90 minutes and encourage other people to share their stories of how you've hurt them when you have absolutely no idea what anyone's talking about? So not to say that maybe I didn't do things that made you uncomfortable, but when I have no clue that anything I did hurt any of you, because nobody brought it to me, nobody said, and maybe I didn't seem open enough to hear it. But I hope that none of you have to find out that people you trusted talk about you on the internet for 90 minutes and spread lies and misinformation about you and bring up personal conversations about your home life that were shared. I hope that never happens to you.
And I don't think she's in any of this for the right reasons. So that's why I'm speaking out, because again, it's a matter of holding somebody accountable. I totally just realized that
I can't watch the rest of this. You talk about holding people accountable. Well, all right, I'm holding you accountable because you made up lies about me. You said that you had screenshots. You didn't show the screenshots. And maybe if I decide to put this out, you're going to say, oh, I'll show you the screenshots. I have nothing to hide. I mean, the conversations I had with Angelique, with Karina, with the people that are trying to slander and drag me through the mud were private conversations. And what it boils down to is that these people, I don't pretend like I've never hurt someone's feelings. But for these people to pretend like I didn't do everything in my power to make it right, with Angelique, when I overstepped, when I misstepped, when I posted about her podcast and I misstepped in how I handled it, I apologized profusely. I begged her to just have a conversation with me. She refused, would not consider it, would not forgive me, would not talk to me. Same thing with Karina. I offended her. I didn't intend to offend her. I apologized. And you hear that in her screenshots. I said it. I am sorry. I hope you know I never intended to hurt you. And I'm sorry if I did. Please forgive me. So these two people, the three people, whoever, got their feelings hurt and decided that me apologizing wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that I hurt their feelings. It wasn't enough that I tried to make things better and apologize. They weren't going to be happy until they completely got rid of me. And I have to say, it is disheartening and depressing and beyond frustrating to know that there are people who want to speak out in your defense, but know that they can't because these people are going to take anything that you say and completely twist it and manipulate it and turn you. I mean, these people are accusing me of being a Hun, of acting like a Hun. Are you kidding me? Like, I am living in, I don't know. I don't know that this video is ever going to get posted. I really want it to be. I really want it to be known because I build my platform on educating on problematic behaviors. And this behavior of lying about someone who has done nothing but try every single day to be a better person, to be good for people, to be kind to people, to educate people, and to lead with love and compassion and empathy. And for some reason, the fact that I'm not perfect, the fact that I made mistakes warrants this entire dramatic Instagram takedown. I mean, and I want to cover Karina's stuff. I'm going to, not right now. This has clearly been like an hour and a half long video. But this is unwarranted. I made a statement on Instagram and I saw people sent screenshots saying that wasn't an apology. She's gaslighting. She's a narcissist. I already apologized to the people I needed to apologize to. I did that privately. I can't force you to accept an apology. And I don't owe apologies to the entire human race for having opinions about things they do in the public. I don't owe everybody that. If I hurt you personally, I apologize to you personally. And I tried so hard to make you understand that I never would intend to hurt you, and I'm going to work to be better to not hurt you. It is you who decided to not accept my apology, to stay angry, and to try and drag me down. You have created a really bad place for the anti-MLM community to be right now. It's not a welcoming place because of this. The messages I'm getting, you say you're getting all these messages of people I've wronged. Well, I'm also getting messages from people saying, ignore this mean girl stuff. I've always found your content to be really empathetic and whatever. And you're not going to get everybody to like you. But this is ridiculous. And I'm too much of an adult. I'm a teacher. I'm not going to be bullied and dragged with this nonsense. And I'm also not going to stop making content. I'm not just going to disappear. You don't own the internet and you don't own the anti-MLM space. And furthermore, it's ironic that you made this big thing about me asking for a link to, you want to talk about gatekeeping. Later, you accuse me of gatekeeping. You literally explained to all of your followers that you gatekept that content from me. You did not give it to me because I asked for it. And I asked for it politely. I don't understand what you are gatekeeping. Enough is enough. I'm sure you'll have something to say about this. But I can't sit back. I stayed silent so I could really take in what everyone was saying. And I can't sit back and allow you to continue to make up lies about me that you have absolutely no basis of, that you have out of context screenshots to make you believe that that's going to confirm your bias, but it's anecdotal evidence at best. Screenshots do not speak to what went on inside my head for any given moment. You don't get to cancel people like this. Enough. Just stop. And like I always say, when things like this happen, Remember that through kindness, education, empathy, and patience, we can create a lasting movement. So keep calm, and I will see you next time.